Hello, my name is Jetta Valentine,
And I'm Matt Trevino.
and you're watching MJ News. Today, we're going to start on a more serious topic, U.S. poverty. Our 2022 data states that the poverty rates were 12.6, a little under our last percentage of 12.8 in 2021. In 10 states, these poverty rates are 14 and above. These states are Texas with 14, New York with 14.3%, Oklahoma with 15.7%, Alabama with 16.2%, Kentucky with 16.5%, Arkansas with 16.8%, New Mexico with 17.6%, West Virginia with 17.9%, Louisiana with 18.6%, and Mississippi with 19.1%. So basically, Texas is winning.
Let's go, Texas! Yes. Next up, we got the topic of inflation. So, inflation rates in the U.S. and Europe are diverging, with the U.S. experiencing higher inflation than Europe. Okay. The Federal Reserve is expected to start cutting interest rates later than the European Central Bank. However, some economists argue that the discrepancy in inflation rates is due to differences in how housing costs are calculated in inflation measures. Despite similar core inflation rates, the U.S. economy is stronger with higher growth and consumer demand, leading to concerns about sustained high inflation. Labor shortages and driving wage hikes and inflation in both regions, but U.S. consumer demand appears stronger.
Whilst on the topic of inflation, Stanley Druckenmiller, known for his sharp insights into the financial markets, didn't mince words when he took the aim at the Federal Reserve and government spending. He believes their actions are directly contributing to the rise of inflation, which is hitting everyday Americans hard. Druckenmiller's critique extends to what he calls Bidenomics, expressing the disappointment in President Biden's economic strategy and its failure to address the challenges effectively. He's particularly worried that excessive government spending could stifle innovation and hinder long-term economic growth. Moreover, Druckenmiller doesn't reserve his concerns solely for the current administration. He also expresses unease about former President Trump's economic policies, especially his penchant for pressuring the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates and advocating for heavy tariffs. Druckenmiller's stance reflects his belief in free markets, pro-immigration policies, and a cautious approach to tariffs, a stance he identifies with the Reagan era of Republican economics, yet amidst his concerns and criticisms, Druckenmiller finds himself without a clear candidate to support, highlighting the complexities and uncertainties of the current economic landscape. Back to you, Marissa.
Thank you, Jenna. Another topic. In April, the labor market showed signs of cooling as job growth was weaker than expected, with 175,000 new jobs added and a slight increase in the unemployment rate to 3.9%. Wage growth also slowed, indicating the Federal Reserve's efforts to control inflation. Despite this, the Fed is unlikely to change its interest rate stance. Experts believe that while the labor market remains strong, it has moderated compared to previous years due to factors like the return of women to the workforce and increased immigration. However, some sectors like nursing and hospitality continue to see growth. Economic strains, including repeated interest rates hikes and geopolitical tensions, are contributing to consumer and business uncertainty.
On a lighter note, Japan needs more visitors. The weakening yen in Japan is affecting various aspects of life, from businesses to personal finances. The currency's decline, hitting its lowest level against the US dollar since 1990, is causing challenges for importers like Hiroko Ishikawa, who is facing increased costs for importing strawberries due to the falling yen. This trend is also leading to raising prices for imported goods, contributing to inflation. The decline in the yen is attributed to factors such as the Bank of Japan's low interest rate policy, compared to other countries, encouraging investors to seek higher returns elsewhere, while a weaker yen benefits Japan's export competitiveness and makes it a more affordable destination for tourists. It also has drawbacks. Many Japanese travelers are cutting back on overseas trips due to the higher costs associated with the weaker currency. Overall, the weakening yen has both positive and negative impacts on Japan's economy and its people. highlighting the complexities of currency fluctuations and their effects on daily life.